Hello, my people. African countries in this soccer World Cup, they are doing really very well. They are doing great, Among 10 African countries that we are participating in this 2026 Soccer World Cup in America slash Mexico slash Canada, 9 of them are still made it to the next round, the round of 32. You know what I mean? And we have lots of surprises there because I was thinking before the start of the tournament that at least we might not have 4 Africans to go for the progress to the next round, but to my surprise, we have 9 of them. You know what I mean? Even though we see like a country like Cape Verde was a big surprise for me because I wrote them off. I was thinking they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it because country of less than 1 million people in West Africa. This is their first World Cup. And they are really doing very well. Even though they haven't win, they haven't recorded any win. But it's 3 draws. But that 3 draws was enough to take them to the next stage. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try and tell you those 9 African countries, those that we're gonna progress to the next level, and those that will not progress to the next level. I think the first one that I'm gonna tell you they're not gonna go to the next level. Let me start with people that those that are not gonna make it to the round of 16. I think Congo DR, because they're gonna face England. It's gonna be a hard road to hoe for them to win, to beat England in that round. You know what I mean? But I want Africans to do well. I want them to win. I want Africa to progress. If 9 of them will go to the to the 16th to the next level, which is 16, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be history for Africans. But no, it's not gonna be easy. Because this is a knockout. You don't have a second chance. You know what I mean. So, but I think Congo DR they're not gonna make it. In my own opinion, this is my own prediction. And Cape Verde, upon all the surprises they put on, I think if I'm gonna be honest, I think they have tried. For them to reach to round 32 is a massive achievement for them. I don't think they're gonna make it to the next level. And South Africa, they're not gonna make it to the next level, even though they came from, people wrote them off because they lost their first game, and the way they played their first game was terrible. But by the end of the day, they picked themselves up and they made it to this round of 32. But are they not gonna progress to round of 16? 16 is too small compared to the people that participate in the big teams there. When you put the big team together, for you to make it to round of 16 is not easy. It's not gonna be easy. You know what I mean? And when you get to round of 16, the next you're closer to the main stuff. And I think South Africa they're gonna drop off. And I have doubt between Senegal and Africa because the way Africa played their game against Germany, they should have killed that game. But I don't know why they didn't want to score more goals when they have chance to do that. And now Germany came from 1 goal down and beat them 2-1. You know what I mean? I think Africa they're not gonna make it to the next level. You know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna make it. And the same thing with Ghana. Unfortunately, I don't think Ghana is gonna make it to the next level. And let me tell you those that are gonna make it to the those that they will progress. I think Senegal is a big contender to progress. I think you're looking at Morocco is I think they're definitely gonna be there. But because Africa is not like they got squad there. They got good players. But I think the way they played, if they put more effort, I think I'm gonna go with them that they will go for round of 16. And I mentioned Morocco, Senegal, Africa's. I don't know whether to put Egypt there, or uh, you know, the way Egypt played, it's not fantastic, but you know, let me bring in Egypt. And this four that I think if we're gonna progress to the next level is this four. But the rest is gonna they will go home, unfortunately. But the rest, anyone, any African country that made it to this round of 32, they really tried. I have to respect them and give them kudos. And by the way, I'm supporting Africa in this tournament. I want them to win. I want Africa to win World Cup, even though it seems to be impossible for this to happen. But you never know; anything can happen. Peace.